Caustic, aka Alexander Knox. Born on the planet Gaia, Caustic was a prodigious chemist employed by Humbert Labs, a leading pesticide manufacturer in the Outlands. On the surface, Knox appeared as a dedicated scientist, developing chemicals to protect crops and ensure food security. However, his true passion lay in testing his creations on living subjects. Driven by a morbid curiosity about death and human resilience, his experiments crossed ethical lines as he secretly used human test subjects to study the lethal effects of his gases, viewing morality as a hindrance to progress. Knox's arrogance and lack of empathy made him a pariah among colleagues, who suspected his unethical methods but lacked proof. His obsession with control and predictability led him to see life as a series of variables to be manipulated. This mindset culminated in a catastrophic incident at Humbert Labs. When his experiments were discovered, Knox set the facility ablaze to cover his tracks, faking his own death and adopting the alias Caustic. The fire killed many, including colleagues, cementing his reputation as a ruthless sociopath. Now a fugitive, Caustic saw the Apex Games as the perfect laboratory. The Syndicate's Bloodsport offered an endless supply of test subjects and a stage to refine his toxic creations without scrutiny. Under the moniker Caustic, he joined the games, wielding gas traps and a noxious ult to control the battlefield. His participation wasn't about fame or wealth, but about data. Each match provided new opportunities to observe how his toxins affected opponents under pressure. Caustic's arrival in the games was marked by his chilling demeanor. Unlike Mirage's showmanship or Pathfinder's optimism, Caustic viewed his competitors as specimens, referring to them as subjects in his cold, clinical voice lines. His presence unnerved even the Syndicate, who tolerated him for his combat prowess, but kept a wary eye on his unpredictability. Caustic is a chilling blend of intellect and malice, his dialogue dripping with condescension and scientific jargon, as he views himself as intellectually superior to all. Caustic's primary motivation is scientific discovery, unburdened by morality. He sees the Apex Games as a controlled environment to test his toxins, with no regard for the lives he takes. However, his relationship with Watson hints at a buried sense of loyalty or guilt, though he masks it with disdain. His ultimate goal is to perfect his craft and understand the limits of human endurance, even if it means sacrificing everything else. Caustic's interactions with other legends highlight his isolation and complexity. His most significant relationship is with Watson, whom he knew as Natalie Paquette. Caustic's mentor was Dr. Franklin Humbert, Natalie's father, so that's why Watson looks at Caustic kinda like an uncle. Their surrogate family bond, revealed in Family Portrait, is one-sided. Caustic cares for her in his own way, but his inability to express genuine emotion keeps them distant. Watson's warmth contrasts with his coldness, creating a tragic dynamic. Crypto and Caustic share a bitter rivalry, sparked by Crypto's hacking into Caustic's secret. Their mutual distrust fuels tense encounters, with Caustic viewing Crypto as a threat to his control. Revenant has earned the respect of Caustic due to his ruthlessness, but he distrusts Revenant because of his unpredictability. Their alliance in Season 5 is purely strategic, marked by mutual manipulation. Caustic's betrayal of Loba in The Broken Ghost underscores his untrustworthy nature, as he prioritizes his own agenda over team loyalty. Caustic's arc is less about change and more about revelation. His villainous facade, cold, calculating, and cruel, hides a flicker of humanity particularly in his connection to Watson. His refusal to embrace this humanity, however, traps him in a cycle of self-inflicted isolation. Thematically, his story explores obsession, morality, and the cost of genius. His toxic abilities, gas traps, Nox vision, and a suffocating gas grenade mirror his suffocating control over his environment and emotions. His art questions whether brilliance justifies amorality. While Caustic sees himself as above human weakness, his subtle attachment to Watson suggests a struggle he refuses to acknowledge. His experiments in the games push the boundaries of science and ethics, making him a dark foil to altruistic legends like Lifeline. Caustic remains a formidable and divisive legend in the Apex games. His role in recent lore, particularly his clashes with Crypto and his protective yet distant relationship with Watson, keep him central to the narrative. His ties to the Ares Division and Humbert Labs hint at a future revelation about his experiments, potentially linking him to broader multiversal plots involving Alter and Ash. Caustic, aka Dr. Alexander Knox, is a toxic genius whose obsession with death and control defines his dark journey. A former Humbert Lab scientist, he faked his death after unethical experiments, reinventing himself as Caustic to test his lethal gases in the Apex games. His cold, calculating persona masks a buried connection to Watson, his surrogate niece, revealing a flicker of humanity he suppresses. Driven by a desire to master the science of mortality, Caustic manipulates allies and enemies alike, using his traps and gas to dominate the battlefield. His story is a chilling exploration of genius, amorality, and the cost of cutting oneself off from human connection, making him a hauntingly complex villain in the Outlands. There you guys have it, the backstory for the legend Caustic. I hope you guys are enjoying these Apex Legends lore videos I'm coming out with. I also have other legend lore videos on my channel if you guys want to check those out. If you guys are enjoying them, please leave a like and subscribe. It really means a lot to me. I'm trying to make it to 500 subscribers and do a giveaway for you guys as my appreciation. Until next time guys, have a great one.